that confidence, you know. And today, so if you'd like to give a round of applause for Usman Ali, our Executive Director and CBDO.
Hello, I hope everyone's well. My name is Usman. A bit about me. So, growing up, I had a very rough upbringing. The most formal word I can put it is I was a misunderstood, misguided young individual that always found myself in the wrong crowds, surrounded with the wrong energy, the wrong type of people, and the wrong situations. Just wrong. But now I realize that I know what guidance I needed when I was younger. I know what things I needed when I was younger. And that's why I'm so passionate about what I do now, because I want to make sure that there's no young person out there within reach that I can't help. That's why I'm so passionate about what I do. Now, me personally, I wasn't in the care system. However, that doesn't mean that I can't understand the impact of what it can have on someone's life. I've had many friends that have been in the foster care system. I have success stories and some not so good stories. And even Perry himself, as you were saying, he was in the foster care system. This is one of the success stories of how your challenges in life can make you or break you. So it's up to you what decisions you choose to get you there. I'm a firm believer that God will never burden a soul with more than it can bear. God will never burden a soul with more than it can bear. So if you feel like you're at rock bottom, if you feel like you're at your lowest point in life, the only way is up. Don't give up. That's my best way of putting it. Now, we all go through struggles, we all go through challenges. Some struggle more than others, some feel like they struggle more than others. But at the end of the day, as I said, it's up to you whether you let it make you or break you. Now, 21 Up movement it's changed my life. As I was saying, I was a misguided young individual, and I always knew when I was in the deepest part, without going into too much detail, I always knew that there's something more in life for me. I knew that this wasn't the ending. There's no way it can be. I refused to let it be. So what I did is I went on a little personal journey in my head. I was in a very bad mental state. I was going through depression. I was going through just constant mental battles. I was a loose cannon. That's the best way I could put it. I would just snap at anything, and I knew it wasn't good, and I knew I wanted to bring myself out of it. So I went on a personal journey, and that actually happened in the lockdown, when most people was going through harder times because they were just isolated and just in their own head. Me, I used lockdown as an opportunity to bring myself out of that. I used lockdown as an opportunity to sit down and just build myself up from scratch. And I've never looked back ever since. The only weird time I've ever looked back is to see how far I've come. So I can remember my roots, where I come from. So that, pretty much, yeah. Now, 21 Up movement do some amazing things for the younger generation. I've seen so many success stories. I've seen young people that didn't even have the confidence to sing in our youth club, and now there was public speaking in front of hundreds of people. Yeah, and so many other success stories. We employ young people, as Perry was telling you about in our sales and marketing role, that I came up with the idea of to employ young people. I can't remember the exact figure, but since October 2023 or November 2023, we've employed in the early hundreds of young people. Obviously, everyone has different schedules. Some came, some left, some are still with us, but the growth has been absolutely insane. One last thing before I do come off the stage, I do want to say a big shout out to every single person in this room. I've heard some very amazing success stories, and just even in the networking room or the keynote speeches or the panels, I've heard some amazing stories from people. I want to say a big shout out to every single person here, because you chose to come here today. You chose to take out of your spare time to come here to a community-based event to show your support. And that's all that matters, because without you guys and without anyone else that has the same mindset, we couldn't do what we do at the scale that we do it. Same with everyone else, I'm sure. So a big shout out to everyone. Thank you so much. And yeah, stay tuned.